Hello students, welcome back to the class of mathematics. Hope you all are safe while staying at your home and doing your work regularly. This is our lecture number 3 of chapter 13 Exponents and Powers for the students of class 7. In this lecture, we are going to discuss, first we will recapitulate the main points or revise the previous concept that we have learned in lecture number 1 and 2. After that, we will learn about laws of exponent. This topic we have started in the previous lecture and we have covered 3 laws, and the remaining one we will learn in this lecture. After that, we will discuss questions of exercise 13.2. In the previous lecture, we have started with laws of exponents. These are the rules which we can apply on exponential numbers. So first we have learned that 8 raised to the power m into a raised to the power n is equals to a raised to the power m plus 1n. When you are having same base and you are multiplying two exponential numbers, then the powers get added. This is first law we have learned in the previous lecture. After that we have learned when you are dividing two exponential numbers having same base, then the powers get subtracted. This is our second law. Third law which we have learned is a raised to the power m whole raised to the power n means a number having power to the power. That means that is equals to a m into n, means the powers get multiplied. Okay, these 3 laws we have covered. In these 3 laws we have same base. Okay, now let us start with fourth law with the following example. For understanding the fourth law, let us consider an example: 2 raised to the power 3 into 3 raised to the power 3. So how you will write this number, these exponential numbers? 2 raised to the power 3 can be written as 2 into 2 into 2. 3 raised to the power 3 can be written as 3 into 3 into 3. Okay, because this is 2 raised to the power 3 means 2 get multiplied 3 times. Same here, 3 raised to the power 3 means 3 get multiplied 3 times. Now in multiplication we can rearrange the order of the numbers. So this statement can be written as 2 into 3 into 2 into 3 into 2 into 3. We can interchange their order as multiplication always follows commutative law. This we have learned that a cross b is equal to b cross a. A into b is equal to b into a. So the same thing I am applying here, that is 2 into 3 into 2 into 3 into 2 into 3. Okay, they both are the same thing. Now 2 into 3 is 6, again 2 into 3 is 6, again 2 into 3 is 6. Here I am getting 6 is multiplied 3 times. So this can be written as 6 raised to the power 3 because 6 is multiplied and how many times? This is multiplied 3 times. Okay, so this can be written as 6 raised to the power 3. So overall, on solving this, I am getting 6 raised to the power 3. What I am observing here, that here the powers are same, but this base get multiplied. 2 into 3 is equal to 6. So what we have observed that 6 is the product of the bases 2 and 3, because this is equal to what? This is the value of this exponential number, and here the power of this resultant is same, only the base get multiplied. Okay, this is the example. Now for understanding this, let us consider one more example. Second example which I am taking is 4 raised to the power 4 into 3 raised to the power 4. Here again the powers are same but bases are different and we have multiplication in between them. Now 4 raised to the power 4 can be written as 4 into 4 into 4 into 4, and 3 raised to the power 4 can be written as 3 into 3 into 3 into 3. Okay, again I am applying commutative law, that I can rearrange their orders. So A into B is equal to B into A. So this can be written as 4 into 3. I have taken this first and this one 4 into 3. Then 4 into 3. Again 4 into 3. 4 into 3. Now what I am getting? 4 into 3 is 12. Again 4 into 3 is 12. 4 into 3 12. 4 into 3 12. So I am getting 4 12s and they are being multiplied. So this can be written in exponential form as 12 raised to the power 4, because here 12 is being multiplied and how many times it is multiplied? 4 times. So that will be its power or exponent. So this can be written as 12 raised to the power 4 and this is the value of this. So what I am observing here, I am observing that the in resultant the power is same as these two and only the bases get multiplied. 4 into 3 is 12. Similarly, if I am taking two exponential numbers having different bases and same power and we are multiplying them, so the result will be only the bases get multiplied and the power remains same. This we have observed from the previous two examples, that if we are multiplying these types of exponential number wherever two different bases and power same, then the bases get multiplied and power remains same. So this can be written as A into B can be written as AB. Okay, this is the same thing, A into B. We can write A into B is equal to AB. So A into B whole raised to the power 4 is equal to AB raised to the power 4. So in general, for non-zero integer A, we have fourth law as A raised to the power m into B raised to the power m is equal to A into B whole raised to the power m. This is in general form. Examples I have explained that if you are having two exponential numbers having different bases and same power and you are multiplying them, then we can write this as A into B whole raised to the power m, where m is any whole number and A and B are non-zero integers. So this is our fourth law. Okay, in the previous three laws which we have learned in lecture number 2, we have observed that in those cases the bases are same, but in these cases powers are same. Okay, so this is our fourth law, that if you are multiplying two exponential numbers having same power but different bases, then the bases get multiplied with having same power. Okay, so this is our fourth law. Now come to the fifth one. For that, let us consider some examples. So before going to the next law of exponent, let us discuss two examples related to the law which we have learned. Here we are having 2 into 3. This is the question and we have to find the value of this. 2 into 3 whole raised to the power 5. So what does this mean? It means that 2 into 3 is multiplied 5 times. So I will do the same. 2 into 3, this is first time, this is second time, third time, fourth time and fifth time. I have multiplied 2 into 3 5 times because this 5 is in the whole power. This 5 is the power of whole number. Okay, so it means this base 2 into 3 should be multiplied 5 times. So I did the same. Now 2 into 3 is 6. Again 2 into 3 is 6. 2 into 3 is 6. This is also 6 and 6. Now this 6 is multiplied. Now we are getting 6 is multiplied 5 times. So in exponential form this can be written as 6 to the power 5. Or simply using law of exponent, using the law which we have learned, this can simply be written as we are observing that these two are multiplied, so it will be 6 to the power 5. Okay, or you can simply understand this, that if you have given two numbers in multiplication having the whole power, then simply the numbers get multiplied and the power remains same. Okay, so this is general concept that you have to remember, that 2 into 3 whole raised to the power 5 is equal to 6 6 raised to the power 5, these two numbers get multiplied when you have the whole power. Okay, and how this came, this I have explained properly, as on solving step to step I get the same answer. So this can be written as this. Now come to second part. This is minus 4 and in between we have multiply, because a into b is equal to ab. Okay, so it means this is multiplication, minus 4 into m whole raised to power 3. What this statement means? It means minus 4m is being multiplied. It should be multiplied 3 times. So I will do this. Minus 4m, I will multiply it 3 times. Minus 4m into minus 4m into minus 4m. Now this minus 4m can be written in this form. Minus 4 into m, as I have explained, a into b can be written as ab. Okay, so minus 4 into m can be written as minus 4 into m, minus 4 into m and minus 4 into m. Now how to multiply them? I will collect all the constants. Okay, first I will collect all the constants. Minus 4, this is minus 4 and this is minus 4. Now the remaining m into m into m. These minus 4 I have collected and m I have collected at the end. Okay, now minus 4, as I am observing that this minus 4 is multiplied 3 times. So this can be written as minus 4 raised to the power 3 and m is also multiplied 3 times. So this can be written as m to the power 3. Now one thing, why I have collected these together? Just to make you understand that minus 4 into minus 4 into minus 4 is minus 4 raised to the power 3. If I directly do this step, then you get confused. So I have collected these minus 4 together first and m I have collected at the end. So this minus 4 can be written in the form minus 4 raised to the power 3 and this can be written as m raised to the power 3. Okay, now what I am observing, that minus 4m, whenever we have the power of a whole number, what I am observing here is that minus 4m whole raised to the power 3, then the power get distributed to each number. It will be minus 4 raised to the power 3 into m raised to the power 3. So these are the rules that you have to learn, that whenever in general, if we are having any number like this, so the powers get distributed. Okay, the powers get distributed to this number also and this number also whenever the power is in whole. Okay, this we will learn through questions also. So hope you have understood these examples. Now we will move towards our our fifth law, and that is given by this one: a raised to the power m divided by b raised to the power m, or this can be written as a raised to the power m over b raised to the power m. What I am observing here, that I am dividing two exponential numbers having different bases and same power. Okay, so now this can be written as a by b whole raised to the power m. Means initially the power is with each number. Okay, now on RHS I am having that these bases are written in division form and the power and get the whole power. Let us understand this with an example. Suppose I am having 2 to the power 4 and 3 to the power 4. Okay, so how you will solve this? 2 raised to the power 4 means 2 get multiplied 4 times, and 3 raised to the power 4 means 3 get multiplied 4 times. Okay, now I can separate them. I can write this as 2 over 3 into 2 over 3 into 2 over 3 into 2 over 3. Okay, you can write this statement as this one because they are the same thing. Now I am observing that 2 by 3 is multiplied 4 times. So this can be written as, in exponential form, this can be written as 2 by 3 whole raised to the power 4. So 2 raised to the power 4 divided by 3 raised to the power 4, this will be 2 by 3 whole raised to the power 4. It means whenever you have different bases and same power, then the power can be put like this. Okay, this is fifth law. Let us consider one more example. A raised to the power 3 and b divided by b raised to the power 3. So a raised to the power 3 can be written as a into a, and b raised to the power 3 can be written as b into b. Now I can write this as a over b into a over b into a over b. Now this I am observing that a by b is multiplied 3 times. So in exponential form, this can be written as a by b whole raised to the power 3. So a cube, or you can read it as a cube over b cube. This is a special name which I have told this in lecture number 1. Either you read it as a raised to the power 3 or a cube. Okay, so a raised to the power 3 over b raised to the power 3, that is equals to a by b whole raised to the power 3. So this is your law number 5. It will be more clear when you will solve the questions related to these laws. So this is fifth law. What it says, a raised to the power m divided by b raised to the power m. This is same as this one. Now this power will be put on whole division. Okay, a divided by b raised to the power whole m. Okay, this is your law 5th. Now this is the last law which we have to learn, that is numbers with exponent 0. What is the value of the number when any number having power 0? For that, let us consider examples. Suppose you are finding the value of 3 by 5 and divided by 3 raised to the power 5 divided by 3 raised to the power 5. So obviously it will be 1 because they are the same thing. They get cancelled and we get 1. Now using laws of exponent, let us again find this value. Okay, this is same as 3 raised to the power 5 divided by 3 raised to the power 5, same as this one. Now we have the same basis and there is division in between, so the powers get subtracted. So it will be 3 raised to the power 0. Now from this part we are getting that this 3 raised to the power 5 divided by 3 raised to the power 5 is equal to 1, and using law of exponent we are getting that 3 raised to the power 5 divided by 3 raised to the power 5 is equal to 3 raised to the power 0. If LHS is equal, then RHS will also be equal. Okay, then we can say that 3 raised to the power 0 is 1. So 3 raised to the power 0 is 1. So from this example, let us consider one more example. Okay, a to the power 3 divided by a to the power 3. Using law of exponent, we have the same base and division in between, so the powers get subtracted. So it will be a to the power 0. And if we are dividing this also, it means this will be 1. So if left hand side are equal, then RHS will also be equal. So I can say that a raised to the power 0 is 1. So in general, any number raised to the power 0 is always 1. Okay, this is our last law, that is law 6th. Any number raised to the power 0 is always 1. Let me take some example. If I am saying calculate the value of 100 raised to the power 0, that is also 1. 1000 raised to the power 0, 1. Any number raised to the power 0 is always 1. This I have explained why it is 1, because if I am dividing it by using law of exponent, then I am getting this, and if I am simply dividing, then I am getting 1. If LHS are same, then RHS must be same. So this a raised to power 0 is always 1. So we can say that any number raised to the power 0 is always 1. Now let us solve one example related to this concept. 7 raised to the power 0 into 100 raised to the power 0 into 7000 raised to the power 0. Now we have learned that any number raised to the power 0 is always 1. So 7 raised to the power 0 is 1, into 100 raised to the power 0 is 1, and 7000 raised to the power 0 is also 1. Now these ones are multiplied, we will get 1. So its answer is 1. And wherever you are using laws of exponent, you have to mention that because of this I am getting 1. This is a sign of because any number raised to the power 0 is equal to 1. This concept we have used in this question. So always you have to mention the law which you are using in the question. This is all about the lecture. Now let us briefly revise the concept that we have learned in this lecture. So basically we have learned about the laws of exponents. So let us discuss them. A raised to the power m into a raised to the power n. If we are having same base and we are multiplying two exponential numbers, then the powers get added. Okay, same base and we are multiplying them, then the powers get added. Second one, when you are having same base and you are dividing two exponential number having same base and powers may or may not be different, then the powers get subtracted. Okay, m minus n. Whenever you have the same base and division in between, then powers get subtracted. Whenever the same base and multiplication in between, the powers get added. Third law we have learned is a to the power m whole raised to the power n. If you have the exponential numbers having one more power, then the powers get multiplied. Okay, let me consider this example. Let me consider an example. 2 raised to the power 3 and raised to the power 6. So it will be 2 raised to the power 3 into 6, that is 18. Okay, this is third law. Now we have started with law 5th in this lecture. A raised to the power m into b raised to the power m. Here what I am observing, if the bases are different and powers are same, then this can be written in the form a into b whole raised to the power m. Let us consider one example. If you are multiplying 5 raised to the power 3 to 6 raised to the power 3, here I am observing the powers are same. So, and we have in between we have multiplication, so the bases get multiplied having same power. So it will be 30 raised to the power 3. Okay. Now fifth law that we have learned, a to the power m divided by b to the power m. Here we are dividing two exponential numbers having different bases and same power. Then this number can be written in the form this one, a divided by b whole raised to the power m. Let us consider example 7 to the power 3 divided by 4 to the power 3. So we are observing that we are dividing two exponential number. Here the powers are same and the bases are different. So this can be written in 7 by 4 whole raised to the power 3. Okay. And sixth law that we have learned, that any number raised to the power 0 is always 1. So this is all about the lecture. Now let us discuss questions of exercise 13.2. So exercise 13.2, question number 1. Using laws of exponent, simplify and write the answer in exponential form. You have to use the laws of exponent and simplify them, and we have to write the answer in exponential form. Exponential form is number in the form of powers. Okay, so we have this number. I am taking first part, 3 raised to the power 2 into 3 raised to the power 4 into 3 raised to the power 8. Here I am observing the bases are same and we have multiplication in between. So we can apply law first, that is this one, a raised to the power m into a raised to the power n is equal to a raised to the power m plus n. Whenever the bases are same and we are multiplying the numbers, exponential numbers, then the powers get added. Same case is here. We have the same base and multiplication in between, so the powers get added. So 2 plus 4 plus 8, that will be 3 raised to the power 14. No need to solve because The question is saying write the answer in exponential form. So this is exponential form. So this is the answer. Okay. And wherever you are applying law, wherever you are applying the appropriate law, that you have to mention that I have applied this. Otherwise marks will be deducted. Okay. So this is the sign of because, and everywhere you have to apply, you have to mention the law which you are applying. Okay. Now come to fourth part. 7 to the power x into 7 to the power 2. Here I am observing that the bases are same again and multiplication in between again using law first, that is a raised to the power m into a raised to the power n is equal to a raised to the power m plus n. The powers get added, so it will be x plus 2. Okay, we can't add them because constants are added to constants and variables are added to variables. So this will be simply x plus 2. Again I am saying wherever you are applying, wherever you are using the law, you have to mention that I have used this one, or simply you write using, or you can write because. Okay, so this is part 4 of question number 1. Come to question number 2. Simplify and express each of the following in exponential form. We have to simplify the numbers and we have to give the answer in exponential form. So first part we are having is 2 raised to the power 3 into 3 raised to the power 4 into 4 divided by 3 into 32. First step, whenever you are solving this type of expressions, first step you have to do is convert each number in the powers of prime. Express each number in the powers of prime. It means you have to write each number in the powers of prime. Here it is already prime 2 and it is already in power. Okay, so next come 3 raised to the power. This is also prime and this is already in power. Now come to this. This is not a prime. It means first we have to convert this in prime, in the powers of prime. So for that I will take the prime factorization of 4. So its prime factorization will be this. So this can be written as 4 can be written as 2 into 2, that is equal to 2 raised to the power 2. So 4 can be written as 2 raised to the power 2. Now come to the denominator. We have 3. This is already a prime number into, but this is not a prime number. We have to convert this in powers of prime. So again I will take the prime factorization. Whenever you have to change the number in powers of prime factors, in powers of prime number, then you have to take the prime factorization of the number. So prime factorization of 32 will be, it get divided by 2, it will be 16, 2, then 8, 2, 4, 2, 2, 2, 1. So it can be written as 2 raised to the power 5. Okay, because here we are getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 32 can be written as 2 raised to the power 5. This is the first step you have to do, that always every question whenever you have to simplify the big expression, you have to simplify the expression like this. You have to convert, you have to express each number in the powers of prime. Here I am observing these are already prime in the powers of prime. I can't do anything with them. So this is not a prime. So I have to express this in powers of prime. So I did the same. This is 2 raised to the power 3, 3 raised to the power 4 into 4 can be written as 2 raised to the power 2. 3 remains same and it does not have power. It means this is having 1 power. Okay, it's up to you. Either you are writing or not, that is, it's up to you. 32 can be written as 2 raised to the power 5. Understood? What I have done? Just I have written 4 is equal to 2 square and 32 is equal to 2 raised to the power 5. So this I have mentioned how this step came. Come to next step. Now I have collected all 2's together. 2 raised to the power 3 into 2 raised to the power 2. I have just interchanged their position. It's up to you. Either you want to do or not. Okay? So I have just changed its position. So as it multiplication always follows commutative law, so I can do that. So it will be 2 raised to the power 3 into 2 raised to the power 2 into 3 raised to the power 4. Here it remains same. 3 raised to the power 1 into 2 raised to the power 5. Now I am observing that bases are same in these two numbers. Bases are same and in between we have multiplication, so I can add the powers. So on solving it, I will get 2 to the power 5 and this remains same. Again the denominator remains same. Now I have to solve them. Either we can cancel them and either we can apply the laws. So this is simply cancelled with this because they are same and they are in division. So they get cancelled. Now I am left with 3 raised to the power 4 over 3 raised to the power 1. Now we have learned that we are left with this. We have learned that whenever the bases are same and powers, and we have to divide the two exponential number, then powers get subtracted. So it will be simply 3 raised to the power 4 minus 1, that is 3 raised to the power 3. I have applied this law, so you have to mention that I have applied because of this law. This step came again. Everywhere, anywhere, if you are using the law, you have to mention. Okay, so this is your part 1. Let me explain it again. So for solving these types of expression, first step you have to do is express each number in the powers of prime. Okay, express each number in the powers of prime. So this is already prime, in the power of prime, in the power of prime. This is a composite number. I have to change this in power of prime. So using prime factorization, 4 can be written as 2 raised to the power 2. So I did this, and 32 can be written as 2 raised to the power 5. So first step I did that, I have converted each number in the expression in the powers of. Now you have to apply laws of exponent. Here I am observing that these two numbers are having same base and powers are different, and in between we have the multiplication. So I have collected these two numbers together. It's up to you. Either you can apply the law here also. Okay, so just for make you understand, I have collected these two numbers. Okay, so 2 to the power 3 into 2 to the power 2 into 3 raised to the power 4, and in denominator we have the same. This is 2 raised to the power 5. Now these are the same base and powers get added. So the powers get added. So this will be 2 raised to the power 5. This remains same. Here also this remains same denominator. Now we are doing the division and these are the two numbers. So they get cancelled. I am left with 3 raised to the power 4 divided by 3 raised to the power 1. So it will be same base and we are dividing them. So the powers get subtracted. So it will be 3 raised to the power 4 minus 1, that is equal to 3 raised to the power 3. And again I am telling you, you have to mention the law wherever you are using it. Okay. So this is your part A. Now let us discuss part 4. We have this expression given and we have to simplify and we have to give the answer in exponential form. So again, first step, what you have to do, you have to express each number in the powers of prime. This is already prime number, this is already prime number, this is also a prime number. This is also a prime number. Now come to this. This is not a prime number, so I have to take the prime factorization of this. Prime factorization of 21 is, this get divided by 3. So prime factorization of 21 is 3 into 7. So 21. So prime factorization of 21 is 3 into 7. So 21 can be written as 7 into 3. So this I did in first step, that I have changed. I have expressed the composite number. The numbers which are not prime, they are composite. So express that number in product of prime factors. Okay. Now 3 raised to the power 1, 7 raised to the power 2, 11 raised to the power 8 divided by, as this is in multiplication, and whole raised to the power 1, because it does not have any power, it means it is having power 1. Now this power 1 gets distributed to each one. Okay, each factor. So it will be 3 raised to the power 1, 7 raised to the power 1. 7 into 3 can be written as 3 into 7. And this power get distributed to each factor. This remains same. Now 3, this get cancelled with this. 7 raised to the power 2 divided by 7 raised to the power 1. Again, if you will solve it, they are in division and same base, so power gets subtracted, so it will be 7 raised to the power 2 minus 1. Again same base, and we are dividing these two numbers, so the powers get subtracted, so it will be 7. 2 minus 1 is 1. Either you are writing or not, that is correct. If you are writing 1, that is also correct. If you are not writing, that is understood that it is 1. And 11 raised to the power 5. And we have applied two steps here. First, I have expressed 21 as the product of prime, that is 7 into 3. And then I have applied this law of exponent, that a raised to the power m divided by a raised to the power n is equal to a raised to the power m minus n. So this is your part 4. Let me explain it again. So first step, this is the given question. First step, convert each composite number in the power of primes. Okay, convert each number in the powers of prime. This is already prime, this is already prime, this is already prime. You have to consider the base. Okay, you have to convert each base in the prime. So this is not a prime, so I will convert this only. So this can be written as 7 into 3. How you will convert? By taking the prime factorization. So 21 can be written as 3 into 7. Same I did. 21, I have written this 7 into 3, and the remaining are same. This step is same. Come to second one. 3 raised to the power 1, 7 raised to the power 1. Sorry, 7 raised to the power 2, 11 raised to the power 8. Here in whole bracket I have the power 1, so it will be 3 raised to the power 1 into 7 raised to the power 1. Okay, into 11 raised to the power 3. Now this cancelled with this, we are left with 7 raised to the power 2 into 11 raised to the power 8 and 7 raised to the power 1 into 11 raised to the power 3. Here I am observing that if I am dividing these two exponential numbers, the bases are same, so the powers get subtracted. Okay, 2 minus 1. Same here, the bases are same, again the powers get subtracted. So it will be 7 raised to the power 1 into 11 raised to the power 5. And I have applied this, I have used this law. So you have to mention that this is the sign of because of this law, this step came. So this is your lecture number 3. Now come to the homework. Your homework is, now one more thing. I know you students, you may face difficulty in these questions, but as this is completely new for you, just be regular in your work and do more practice and try to solve questions yourself. Then only you can come up with this problem. You have to try the question, you have to solve the questions yourself only. So for that, I am giving you each and every part of question number 1 and question number 2 and question number 3 complete. Question number 3, all parts you have to do. These are of exercise 13.2 in your homework notebook. And in the next day, on the next day, I will provide you the solution of each and every part. So I request you, try to solve each and every part as it is completely new for you. The more you will practice, the more you will be perfect in this chapter. So do each and every part of these questions. Okay, all the very best. Thank you so much.